Hello students, I Mrs. Madhvi Matre welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. We have completed our first semester. Now we are starting with the second semester. Okay, so in that now we are starting with chapter number 3. Chapter number 3 is polynomials. In this chapter we are going to see the meaning of the word polynomial. In lower standards already you have studied about polynomials, the algebraic expressions, then you know monomial, binomial, trinomial and their operations also that you have seen. After that we will see what is the meaning of degree of the polynomial. Then we will see operations on polynomials, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And in that we are going to see a new method of division of polynomials called as synthetic division. Then we will learn about value of the polynomial, and from that we are going to see remainder theorem and factor theorem. Okay, so all these topics we are going to study here in polynomials. Now this chapter is very important here. In 10th standard you have the chapter named as quadratic equations. So quadratic equations are nothing but when the polynomials we write in front of a zero in when we write zero in front of that, they become equations. Okay, so they become equations, and those equations we are going to study in 10th standard. That is why learning about polynomials is very important. All the terms you must know. So all of you please be ready with your textbook, your notebook, pen and pencil, so that you can do the necessary markings and you can write the things properly. Okay, so let us start. Now here you can see some algebraic expressions. Okay, p cube minus 1 upon 2 p square plus p. This is one algebraic expression. You have studied that algebraic expression here is a combination of terms. See, this is one term, this is one more term, this is one more term. So here this expression has three terms and they are separated by plus and minus sign. This is also one algebraic expression. This simply 6 is written, but still it's an algebraic expression. So in algebraic expression here, the letters which are present, they are called as variables. And the numbers which are present, they are called as constants or they are called as coefficients. Okay, so all these are the examples of algebraic expressions. Okay. Now here, what we can say is, in the first expression, you can see the first expression, and in that powers of p are, see, this is called as power. The index which you see is called as power. So the powers of p are 3, 2 and 1. Here nothing is seen but the power is 1. Okay. So here the powers are 3, 2 and 1 respectively. Then in second expression, the powers are 2, 3 and 5 respectively. See, the first term is having power 2, second term is having power 3 and the third term is having power 5. But here what you can observe is, in this expression we don't have a single variable like the first one. Here we have two variables, m and n. So the algebraic expression can contain many variables also. It is not so that it contains only one variable. So here the index which is given to the variable is called as power of that variable. In now last one here, okay, this last one 6 we can write as 6 into 1, and this 1 we can write as x raised to 0, or you can take any other variable like m raised to 0, because you have studied in lower standard in the rule of indices that anything raised to 0 is 1. So this 1 we can express as x raised to 0. So even though here the variable is not visible, the variable is present there, but its power is 0. Okay, so that is why this is also an algebraic expression. Okay, And here we can say that for this particular polynomial or for this particular algebraic expression, the power of the variable is 0. Now let's go ahead. Now we will try to understand what is polynomial by using this algebraic expression. So polynomial is an algebraic expression in which all these powers, they are whole numbers. See, you can see 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 5 and 0 here. They are whole numbers. That means all numbers are 0 or they are positive. Fractions also are not allowed. So here polynomial is an algebraic expression where the powers of the variable are whole numbers. You know that whole numbers, they start from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. That means negative numbers and the fractions, they are not allowed as the powers here or as the indices here. Okay. So polynomial is an algebraic expression that you have to keep in mind. Then the numbers which are attached here to the variable, okay, like this 6, you have here, you have minus 1 upon 2, then plus 2. Okay, so these all are the constant numbers. And here, if the polynomial contain only numbers like this one, okay, so such polynomial is called as constant polynomial. So what you can say is the degree of constant polynomial is always 0. Okay, so if only number appears, still it's a polynomial because you know that the variable is present there with the power 0. Okay, so what we can say that here only numbers if they appear, then it is called as a constant polynomial. And all these numbers which are given here, they are called as constants or coefficients. Now let's go ahead. Now related to this, here two questions are asked. The first question here is, are root y plus 5, this is first question, and one more is given here, 1 upon y minus 3 polynomials, are they polynomials? We have to justify here. So here these are not polynomials. Why? You have to write down the answer here. See, this root y we can write as y raised to half, y raised to 1 upon 2. That means power of the variable here is a fraction, it is not a whole number. So the power of the variable here is 1 upon 2, which is not a whole number. That is why this is not a polynomial. Similarly, for 1 upon y, okay, 1 upon y we can write as y raised to minus 1. According to the laws of indices, you know that when we are changing the sign of the index, that time we are taking it in numerator if it is in denominator, and if it is in numerator we are taking it in denominator. So when we take this y in numerator, this power 1 is going to become minus 1. So again minus 1 is not a whole number. That is why this is also not a polynomial. So what you have to keep in mind here, the index or the power of the variable should be a whole number. That means 0 or a positive number. Then only it is a polynomial. Otherwise, it is not a polynomial. Now, let's go ahead. After this, we will see types of polynomials. This you have studied already in lower standards. So, in types of polynomial, the very first classification is done on the basis of number of terms present. Number of terms present in that algebraic expression. Okay. So here, if a single term is present, like here 2x and 5, only one term is there. There is only one term in the polynomial. Such polynomials are called as monomial. The word mono stands for one. An algebraic expression with one term is called as monomial. Then here, if there are two terms in the polynomial, then that is called as binomial. The word bi stands for two. So binomial means a polynomial with two terms. You can see here, this is first term and this is second term. Similarly, here also this is first term and this is second term. So these are called as binomials. Then the polynomial with three terms, it is called as trinomial. Tri means three. So polynomial with three terms, 1, 2 and 3, it is called as trinomial. So on basis of the number of terms present in the polynomial, they are classified as monomial, binomial and trinomial, which you have already studied in lower standards. Okay. Then what you have to keep in mind is all these polynomials we write like this. P inside the bracket x. That means what? P is a polynomial with variable x. Like you can see that here variable is x. So this is the polynomial. If you want to write this, what we are going to write? P of x is equal to x raised to 4 plus x. Okay. So the polynomials are written like this. You can see here. P of x is equal to x cube plus 2x square plus 5x minus 3. That means P is a polynomial with variable x. Everywhere you can see the same variable is there. So these are polynomials in one variables. Everywhere you find that there is only one variable present. Okay, so these polynomials, they are written by using a letter, small letter, and inside the bracket in front of that, the variable is written. For example, q of m. So here, all the terms, they will have variable m. R of y means all the terms will have variable y. It's a polynomial in variable y. So always we denote or we write the polynomials as p of x, q of m or r of y like that. And then in front of that we are writing equal to sign and then we are writing that algebraic expression. Whether it can be monomial, it can be binomial, it can be polynomial. The word poly stands for many. An algebraic expression with many terms is called as polynomial. So now for the single term, we can say that it's a monomial. When two terms are there, we say that's a binomial. For three terms, we say that it's a trinomial. If we have more terms, then we say that it's a polynomial. The algebraic expression is called as polynomial. Okay. So this is the first criteria on which the polynomials were classified. Now after this, we will see what is degree of a polynomial in two variables. We are going to see both degree of polynomials in more than one variable and degree of polynomial in one variable. Okay. So let us take some examples here so that you can understand it better. See, here you have polynomial 2x raised to 7 minus 5x plus 9. This is your polynomial. Then if only one variable is there, in that case you have to find or you have to observe the highest power of the variable. So, okay, so in case if the polynomial is in one variable, then the highest power of the variable is called as degree of the variable. Now see here, for this x is having power 7. Here x is having power 1 and here x is having power 0. So we have to think of the highest one. So in this case, what we can say is the degree of this given polynomial is 7 because 7 is the highest power or highest index present here. Okay, but what is the condition that the polynomial should have only one variable? The same rule is not applicable for the polynomial if it contains more than one variable. Okay. So simply the highest power is called as degree of that variable. Okay. Now here if we have constant polynomial, just now we have seen the meaning of constant polynomial. The polynomial where only constant is present, number is present, that is called as constant polynomial. And there, here, as I have explained you previously, 10 we can write as 10 into x raised to 0. So here the degree of the polynomial 10 is 0, or what you can say is the degree of constant polynomial is always 0. Okay. So here what you can say here, degree of any non-zero constant polynomial is 0. And degree of zero polynomial, that means what if we have no terms there, then what we can say that degree of zero polynomial is not defined. This is important for MCQs. Such questions are asked in MCQs. That what is the degree of constant polynomial? So your answer is what? 0. And if they ask what is the degree of zero polynomial, then you are going to say that it is not defined. We cannot define it. Okay. Now let us go ahead. Now the second type, degree of a polynomial in more than one variable. What if the polynomial contains more variables? Now here you can see that this example 3 n cube n raised to 6 plus 7 m square n cube minus mn. This is also an algebraic expression. This is also a polynomial. But here there are two variables m and n. So simply observing the highest power here will not do. In this case, what we have to do is we have to go for sum of the powers everywhere. Like see for first term here 3 plus 6 9. Then for second term 2 plus 3 5. And for the last term here 1 plus 1 2. So then we have to first sum up the powers of each and every term like here we have done. And then think of the highest sum here. So here highest sum is 9 for the first term. Therefore we say that here the degree of the polynomial is 9. Okay, so what we can say here, the highest sum of powers of variables in each term. We have to think of each term. See, for this 3 plus 6, for this 2 plus 3, for this 1 plus 1. Add them separately and then decide which one is the highest sum, and that highest sum is the degree of the polynomial. When? When the polynomial is having more than one variable. If it is only one variable, it is very easy to find. You have to simply think of highest power. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Now we will see second type of polynomials which is based on degree. Just now we have seen what is the meaning of degree of a polynomial. Now here we are going to think only about the polynomials in one variable. We are not going to think of the polynomials more than one variable. To be more precise, I will say that in this chapter, we are going to study polynomials in one variable only. Okay. So based on the degree, the polynomials are classified as linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and cubic polynomial. Now let us see here how they are classified. Okay. So here linear polynomial is a polynomial where degree of the polynomial is 1. Like you can observe the examples here 3x minus 1. So here degree is 1. So it's a linear polynomial. Second example 7y. Here also degree is 1. So it's a linear polynomial. We don't have to think about number of terms present here. Like in previous classification, we thought only about the number of terms. There we didn't think about the degree. Here we are going to think only about the degree and not about the number of terms. So here degree is 1. So such polynomials, they are called as linear polynomials. So what you will say? A polynomial with degree 1 in one variable is called as linear polynomial. And then we can write down it in the standard form as ax plus b, where a and b are coefficients. And the condition is what? A cannot be 0. Because if a is 0, then here the polynomial's degree will change. The degree will become 0. Degree will no longer be 1. So this is an important condition that a cannot be 0. Okay. The second type is quadratic polynomial. So quadratic polynomial is a polynomial in one variable where the degree of the polynomial is 1. I'm sorry, degree of the polynomial is 2. You can see the examples here, 2y square plus y plus 1, and here minus 3x square. So again, see, you can see this is a trinomial, it's a monomial, but still both are quadratic polynomials. Why? Because here we are not going to think about the number of terms, we are only going to think about the degree. That means the highest index. So here the highest index is 2 or the degree is 2. So such polynomial is called as quadratic polynomial. Now again we can write down the standard form as ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b, c are coefficients, and again the condition a is not equal to 0. Why? Because if a is 0, then the degree of the polynomial will not be 2. So this is an important condition. Then from standard form we can understand one more thing here, that if the degree is 1, then the standard form contains 2 terms. If degree is 2, the standard form contains 3 terms. That means degree plus 1 terms are present here in the standard form. Then the third type is cubic polynomial. Okay, you know that cube means raised to 3. So accordingly you can just think of it that the polynomial with degree 3 is called as cubic polynomial. As I have said, again you are not going to think of number of terms present here. You can see the examples. The first example here is x cube plus x square plus 2x plus root 3. Here there are 4 terms. And in second example it is m minus m cube. Here degree is 3 but the number of terms are only 2. And the standard form now we can write it as ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a, b, c, d are again coefficients, and again the condition is what? A cannot be 0. So here for degree 3 we have 4 terms in standard form. So always you have to keep in mind that the polynomial in standard form, it contains the number of terms just one more than its degree. If degree is 2, number of terms are 3. If degree is 4, number of terms are 5, and so on. Okay. So this way you can relate the degree and number of terms present in that particular polynomial. I'm talking about standard form. Okay. Like here, you cannot see that 4 terms are there. So it doesn't mean that the remaining terms are not present there. Here, the remaining terms like the term with m square and the constant term, it is having coefficients 0. That means b and d, they have value 0. That is why only these 2 terms are present. Okay. Now, let us go ahead. Now, from this, we can define the polynomial as this. That polynomial is a algebraic expression which is an x raised to n, an minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus dot dot dot. That means there can be n number of terms present there. Then a2x square, then a1x plus a0. It's a polynomial. See, this is written in the descending order of powers. This is the highest index here. That means degree of this polynomial is n. So this is called as polynomial in x with degree n. The highest index here is n. Then this an minus 1, dash dash dash, a2, a1, a0, all these are coefficients. And the condition is what? An cannot be 0. Because if an is 0, then the degree of the polynomial will not be n. So this is an important condition. If you want to write down the polynomial with degree 5, say, then there the coefficient of that x raised to 5 cannot be 0. That is important. So this is definition of polynomial. You can mark it in your textbook with pencil to understand it is what is polynomial. So polynomial is an algebraic expression with many terms, and you know that the terms, they consist of the coefficient and the variable, and those variables, they have different powers. Okay. Let's see some examples here, and in that, while understanding those examples, we will try to understand what is meaning of standard form, coefficient form, and index form of polynomial. These are different forms of the polynomial, and based on that, questions also are asked. So now let's take the example. Suppose p of x is equal to x minus 3x square plus 5 plus x raised to 4 is a polynomial in x. This is the polynomial given. I told you how it is written. We have to write it always like this. Now, we will learn how to write the standard form of this. What is meaning of standard form? Okay, so in standard form, we have to arrange all these terms in descending order. That means the term with the highest index will come first, and accordingly we have to arrange. Okay, so see, when we write it like this, px is equal to the term with highest index, that is x raised to 4. Then x cube also should appear, but it is not present here, so ignore that. So after that you have the highest index 2. So this second term will write here along with the sign. So see here, x raised to 4 minus 3x square. After that term with x will appear, so plus x, because here plus sign is present. And finally plus 5. This is called as standard form of the polynomial. Okay. After that, let us see the next form here. Again the same polynomial we are considering, so we are writing px is equal to, and here we are writing the missing terms. As I have said, the degree of the polynomial is 4. So 4 plus 1, 5 terms are present actually there. Okay, here we can see only 4 terms are there. That means one term is missing, and that missing term we are going to write in the index form. Okay, so this is called as index form. Don't see the sequence here. This is called as index form, and in index form we write all the missing terms. Okay, so here after x raised to 4, the term with x cube was missing, so we are going to write that term with coefficient 0. You know that 0 into anything is 0. That is why coefficient we need to write 0, because that particular term is absent and we are writing it. So the coefficient should be 0. So what you have to keep in mind is the absent terms you are going to write with coefficient zeros. So x raised to 4 plus 0x cube. After that the term with square, that is minus 3x square. Then plus x and plus 5. So see, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We have 5 terms. So in index form, we should have degree plus 1 terms. That means 4 plus 1, 5. Okay, so writing all the missing terms here in descending order. This is called as index form of the polynomial. And finally, we will see now the coefficient form. In coefficient form, we are not going to think of variable. We are going to think of only coefficients of each and every term, and then we have to write down all these coefficients in round brackets separated by comma like this. Okay. So now here the same example is not taken. Here the different example is taken. But if you want to write this particular polynomial in index form, what you have to do is you have to do round bracket like you can see here. Then the coefficient here is 1, then comma, then 0, comma, minus 3, comma, 1, comma and 5, then and round bracket is complete. So you can see one more example here. X cube minus 3x square plus 0x minus 8. Here the degree is 3 and you have 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Degree plus 1 terms should be present there, as I have said. So coefficient form of this particular polynomial we can write as C1. Here nothing is seen means 1 is present. Then the second coefficient is minus 3. Third one is 0 and fourth one is minus 8. So all these coefficient in sequence we are going to write separated by comma. This is called as coefficient form of that polynomial. I hope all of you have understood this. Now let's take one example here to understand all the forms. See here, we have polynomial p of m is equal to 3m raised to 5 minus 7m plus 5m cube plus 2. So degree of this particular polynomial is 5. Then if we want to write down the polynomial in standard form, that means in descending order, don't think of the missing terms, only write down the given terms in descending order. So the term with highest index, that you will write first. And after that, you will go for the next term, that is 5m cube plus 5m cube you will write. Then minus 7m and plus 2. That means all the indices are arranged in descending order. This is called as standard form. Then next is index form. Index form means what? You should write all the missing terms. Now since the degree of the polynomial is 5, we should have 5 plus 1, 6 terms. But here only 4 terms are there, means 2 terms are missing. So which are those missing terms? So see, 3m raised to 5. So after m raised to 5, we should have the term with m raised to 4, which is missing. So write down that term and coefficient you are going to write 0. Then after m raised to 4, you should have m cube, which is present here. So copy that down. After m cube, you should have m square, which is not present here. So you will write 0 m square. After m square, the term with m will appear. So it is present. So minus 7m and finally plus 2. So see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We got 6 terms here. So this is called as index form. And from this index form, we have to write down coefficient form. See, coefficient form directly you cannot write from standard form. If you want to write down coefficient form, first you have to write down the polynomial in index form and then you can write down the coefficient form. Coefficient form means what? All the coefficients you will write down in round brackets separated by comma. So see 3, 0, 5, 0, minus 7 and 2. They are written in sequence separated by comma. Okay, in this way you can understand all the forms of writing polynomials. Okay, now practice set 3.1 based on this we will discuss in a next lecture. All of you please revise all these things. Please go through a textbook, read it properly and try to understand. Okay students, so today I am stopping here. We will meet in next lecture. Till that, you stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you students.